All right. Speaking of hoax, let's just play this and then we'll get to Bernie on Rogan. That's exciting. What is this? Do we know who she is?
Do we want to know who she is?
No, I guess not. But like, do we know what context? Like, was she posting this to Twitter?
You matched with her on Bumble?
No, I did not match with her on Bumble. Here, pop up this video. Now, where was this, Brendan? Was it just on Twitter?
This was on Twitter, I believe shared by Will Summer and the people who are most chronicling QAnon.
Now, what I don't understand is, like, is she driving? Why is she live streaming?
They're always
this?
driving.
Yeah, like, what's going on with that?
Thunderbird, I've just arrived in San Francisco.
She is in an SUV, as far as I can tell. It looks like with a big, big sunroof. Not even a sunroof. It's looking like a moon roof. And here is, I mean, this is nuts. And if there's a lot of this going on out there, and there's reason to believe there is, apparently it was just one of the Trump sort of ads they ran with had multiple sightings of QAnon signs in it because they like this stuff. It's helpful to them. Got to be careful, folks, because a lot of campaigns like this conspiracy theory stuff. But this is scary. Here is this random woman who posted this to some social media. I don't know if she live streamed it or what, but she's explaining questions about QAnon. And wowza.
Remember this moment. Please remember where you were and the circumstances. Very first time you ever asked, who or what is Q? And here's why.
He focused on the camera. Don't look at the road.
Q is you, and Q is me. Q is logic. Q is a plan to save the world. Q is not a secret, but Q is secretive. Carefully crafted secret education that anyone can have access to. Q one day will be in every history book. Q is the best thing that has ever happened to you. So remember this moment permanently.
That is one of the creepiest things I think I've ever seen. Like when I first watched that, I thought, oh God, I know how this ends, right? She just hits a button and the car explodes or something, or she slams into an oil tanker or something.
And where are you planning on sending your son to college?
What do you mean?
Sorry, just you at a Bumble date with that woman.
Oh, I know. Actually, I would be fascinated. I would be fascinated.
Yeah, I know.
About
Would
that.
be, yeah. Would
but
be. And also not.
I mean, that's super scary.
Oh yeah.
Because here is somebody. I mean, she does not the narrative of the economic anxiety. She's driving what looks like to me like some big Escalade type of thing.
Yeah, that is Trump's base.
Yeah.
They're not unemployed coal miners. They're like small business tyrants driving an Escalade.
But it's also stunning that someone like that, there must be horrible things going on in her life that she needs something like that. So
no, I don't. Well, exactly.
See,
so that's actually
why...
if you grow out the conversation that this whole I mean, look, I think there's definitely people in economic anxiety that's a very serious thing. I don't want to discount that, right? That's actually matters. That's kind of the core of my politics. But if you look at it, but the broader concept of something like alienation or sociological problems or psychological issues and material conditions does not just mean that somebody's broke, therefore they do X.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I said the other day that socialism would actually help the ones on top as well, even if they don't realize it, and even if we're going to have to fight them. Because having a less alienated society, I have to believe there would be less pinwheel-eyed crazy people talking about QAnon.
And
Maybe. I'm not 100% convinced about that, but
I do think, I mean, if you look at places where, though, this type of thing flourishes, I mean, there's a lot of broader non-alternatives, right? Like, if you look at, like, Saudi as an example, I mean, there's only like, and obviously it's much more extreme than here, but like there's a reason there's such a proliferation of such narrow and wild and extreme narratives. There isn't any other pressure valves, right? And some people, believe it or not, experience our own society in the same way, even though obviously there's more options than Saudi, but they have a similar experience.
yeah. I mean, I think,
And then they adopt the pre-existing poisons that are already in the system.
yeah. I mean, I think there is definitely people out there who are overwhelmed by modernity and they want an explanation for everything, and the secret knowledge provides it. I mean, I think that's why people turn to religion to a large extent too. It's like, hey, I wake up in the morning and I got a half a dozen questions I don't have to deal with, because if I have a set of rules or I have some type of secret knowledge that's going to answer these questions for me when they come up, sometimes it's like, what am I going to wear today? I don't have to worry about it. I'm a fundamentalist. I wear the same thing every day.
This is another example of why a left answer can be at times, extremely helpful, because if you have over complexity and then there's a right-wing narrative that simplifies it in a toxic way, and then on the other hand, there's everybody gets health care. We're going to cancel debt. There's the appeal of, or even frankly, that is why 99 versus 1% really is an enduring, beautiful formulation. There's a lot of truth that covers, and it's not that complicated.
Yeah, and like I keep